There's like bombs and stuff around here. Why? Is there supposed to be some way I could use bombs on this thing? Because, if so, I have no idea how. I tried using bombs to break its toesies, and it didn't do anything. It's interesting. Slide on my little booty. Save my game after all that crap. You know what quality of life improvement I really wish they had made in this game is getting rid of the stupid low HP sound that isn't going right now because we're in a cutscene, but man, it'll start going... Oh, there's the statue in here, too. It'll start going in a second, and I hate it. It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. Yeah, you were out there. You saw me do it. You have my thanks, Link. As do you, Grease. I don't know what to dwell on. Oh, this is still her talking. He turned his head, so I assumed he was going to talk next. But, you know, I'm good with him not ever speaking again. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been there. Give me too much credit, Granny. It actually did happen like 4 times, though. She gets eaten by the thing, and it's really funny, actually. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself, put my energy into doing what I could to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Your full potential, of course, being building a track and slinging bombs off of it. You're good for nothing else. Link, you must wonder just what it is that you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice it to say, it is the root of the evil we face. When you pass through the gate of time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it, such is its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source, or suffer the fate again and again. There is no time to lose. Hit the gate with a Skyward strike. Come on already, charge that sword of yours with the sacred force stuff Granny was talking about and zap the gate of time. Right, Granny? Indeed. Now, Link, go. Go to the gate. Now, I'm gonna go have a sit first. Because, I hate that sound. That's a much better sound. Could have used a potion, but I'm trying to save my potions. I think, isn't there a ferry over here or something? Or is it the ferry back in another part? God, look at that. Look how bad that is. There's a buggo. Let's grab the buggo while I'm here. So now that I know what those are for, I actually kind of want them. Oh, that's my first Farron grasshopper. Okay. Okay, cool. Neat. I'm only missing like one kind of bug at this point. I kind of half want to go back and get some arrows and stuff. Cause oh, there's some arrows. I'm basically out of them? Yeah, there's a ferry. I don't need... Well, would I rather have a ferry or one of the other things I have? I'll just stick with what I've got. There will be other ferries later in the game, I'm sure, that I can get with one of these bottles once I have emptied it, you know? Just want to refill all my stuff, though, real quick. Yeah, okay, cool. Got me a few items... Healed myself by having a brief sit. Now let's, Fairy's still just chilling over there. Let's, do the thing. Flash, 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 flash. And, Girahim's gonna show up and jump through here, right? That's the thing that's gonna happen? It's cool looking. It's got a cool, like, sharp mechanicalness to it that reminds me of some of the stuff we saw in Breath of the Wild. It's cool looking. Almost looks like pixels rearranging themselves into a new image. Or a game of Tetris. Whatever it is, it's neat looking. Yeah. Neat. Those magic gears just come out of nowhere to move it. Cool. Nice. Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now waits. Finally, jeez. Go bravely, Link. No other way. If everything is as I expect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here, Link. Now, I was just looking back to make sure you weren't gonna try to follow me or something. Weirdo. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny keeps yapping on and on about how we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. Yeah, you might as well get eaten by it. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? You have grown a lot, though. Gross. I do like his character. No, forget about it. Didn't think I'd ever like him, but I actually kind of like him now. Just, you know, get better at loading bombs and maybe you'll be able to hold that thing off long enough for it to matter if it shows up again. When you see Zelda, tell her I said what's up. Sure, man. Sure. Alright, don't let him get himself killed, I guess. Be a bummer. This is neat looking. It's like a Stargate. What is it about the image of a circular gate rotating that leads to some far-off, distant place or time? Why is it so evocative? Okay, cool. Is this the same place? Temple of Hylia. Hey, it's Impa. I don't know, maybe it is? Yeah, this looks like the same place. Just, you know, different time. Very cool. I'm gonna save my game. Then I'm gonna go break all those past pots because, you know, Link sees a pot, he breaks it. It's like 70% of his character. That and doing tedious other stuff. Give me that. Give me some good old-fashioned past money. No past pots over here. No past chest. Okay. Find it interesting. The old lady was there on the other side, and now Impa's there on this side. Like, not literally in exactly the same place, because I came out the other side of this thing, relatively speaking. Still, that's kind of interesting. Hey. At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. It's probably a good idea, because I'm Link. I'm not very smart. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You will stand in the past, ages before your own time. Yeah, I'm smart enough to get that. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. Yeah, he said that already. I think you may have said it again earlier, too. You will have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. Okay. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Good, finally, jeez. Finally. You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on this land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about the war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. It's very pretty, and I love the music. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters to war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. By Triforce. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft, since it's a loft in the sky. Kind of self-explanatory, I guess, but I felt like saying it anyway. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And so is he the avocado? Because I stopped him twice after he broke free, but whatever. If the Demon King were free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised 2 separate plans and set them both into motion. You just mouth agape. Have you internalized anything that she said, or are you just too shocked to see her in that pretty dress? First, she created Phi. She made the spirit resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. So cool, they're so close. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her mortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. What a pretty shot. This game can be very pretty sometimes. The day of the ceremony, Garahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. The old woman's Impa, right? She's gotta be, right? I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess's statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. I'm sorry, I meant avocado. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. Also, he unfortunately wouldn't taste very good in guacamole. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. Or I could just go kill him for you. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I'm able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. So damn self-sacrificing. I really love stories where the characters keep self-sacrificing for each other, though, so I'm eating this shit up. And Link, the goddess created Phi and the Great Blade she's a part of for a very specific reason. For the task of standing against demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you've grown so much. I mean, my eyes have grown wider, I guess. You learned wisdom from solving the devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. And that's why he's got the whole Triforce right now. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power of the old gods. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you've endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. There we go. There it is. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mystical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. So before that, other people could have wielded it. That's interesting. I knew it still didn't look quite right. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, you will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. Alright, I'll just have one of those then. Is it possible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce? But I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of this land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Link. You're literally an unbreakable Link. Get it? But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield that supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. That's true. Speaking in character as Link, I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Link. But you have to understand, this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. Okay, but I don't like this whole manipulating people into doing things thing. I write characters who do that so that other characters can forgive them. But it is still a thing that annoys me in writing. This is good, though. Her apologizing for it and explaining her reasons is good. The fact that she can't even look at him when she says this is all good. This is all very good writing. And also, Link is exactly the kind of person who would do that anyway. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to do all the stuff that she set forth for him to become the hero in the first place. So I imagine he's probably already forgiven her for this too, right? I don't think he cares. I think in order for Link to eventually become the hero who could wield the Triforce, he had to be the kind of person who, if all of this happened naturally, without any divine intervention leading it along, he would have done it anyway. He would have tried to save the world from all of this anyway, right? So I don't really see that it matters, but the fact that she is a good enough person to admit that it was a shitty thing to do is a really cool character trait, and I love it. Oh, that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right. And it doesn't it may not be moral, but I do think it's right. The moral thing is not always... the moral thing and the right thing are not always the same thing. Sometimes to save lives, you have to do immoral things, and that's right. And I think that this is one of those situations. It doesn't excuse my... It literally does, though. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. No, you won't. That's so pretty. No, you won't. I won't let you. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I've had to involve you in this. But until my memory of the things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in the Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. God dang it. See, clearly he's forgiven her already. Well, it's true that I'm highly reborn. I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come to wake me up? Of course I will. Man, this game is giving me feelings. I don't like it. Stop making me feel things. Faces are still weird in this game a little bit, but man, they're expressive. Jeez. Now we've got a very unique kind of damsel in distress thing going on for Zelda. It's kind of similar to what we saw in Breath of the Wild, but it's still like not the traditional, oh, she was kidnapped by the giant lizard, I should go save her kind of thing, right? She is a person who needs rescued by me, but only because she is fighting so hard right now all by herself. It's less I'm going to rescue a helpless damsel and more I'm going to lend my aid to someone who isn't quite strong enough to do it on their own. Alright, what do I do now? Do you have dialogue for me? I see, you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her. Go now and fulfill your destiny. Alright, sure. Dial the gate. I'm about out of time. This has all just been frickin' story and cutscene stuff. But man, it's been good story and cutscene stuff, let me tell you. So you've returned. She's got to be Impa, right? It only makes sense, because she's been talking this entire time like she knows what's going on, like she knows what's up. Klaus, buddy, lay down. I can't play with you right now, I'm recording. Go lay down. Good boy. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits suspended in sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. With you watching over her. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish Demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link, find the Triforce. Whoa there, hold up! Oh, God. Like, there's something I gotta tell you. What? What do you want? So, Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you last saw her? I'll be honest with the guy, sure. That's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. What could him learning empathy? But you're going to do something about this mess, right? And how to rely on others? Like, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Oh, don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it, but I got the feeling in my belly there's work to do here. Okay. Someone's got to watch that big ugly monster. Someone's got to make sure Granny is doing all right. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. Know what I mean? Sure. Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess, but don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. Nah, I get it. There's, like, different kinds of plants. There's dirt and shit, you know. Stuff that you don't see up there. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one beast of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten this place up a little, too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. I'm gonna sneeze. God. Ugh. Allergies, man. So, yeah, you know, when you go back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Colin and Stretch. What are those names? Might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but you tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. I doubt they even remember who you are at this point. They're not very bright. Okay, well, I was expecting like a fight in there in the Stargate. So, you know, I mean, I guess I still have all this crap I built up for the fight for later stuff, but you know, not sure what the time code's gonna be on this one, frankly, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. Like, even if this does end up being a weird length, this is probably a good place to end this episode.